everybody. How's everybody today? I thought I'd do a video today on what's in my pack. I'm getting ready to go pig hunting August the 15th, and this is, I think Monday is August the 1st. Daisy Mae, come here. But I have to keep my sidekick in line. She'll go get in the pond and smell like a fish, and then I got to wash her. But anyway, so I'll go over the stuff that I have in my pack here and show you, and it's just set up like I had it. This is my, more or less, what I'm walking around hunting pigs on foot. I may be a half a day or all day in the woods, and I don't want to come out. You know, if I shoot something, I want to bring him with me. I'll go in and come out. And so, I may pack different than everybody else. This is just what works for me. And I have a little bit more stuff, a little different stuff when I'm going going deer hunting. But right now we'll be hunting pigs and mainly scouting. We'll be scouting for early bow hunting spots, checking a lot of persimmons, maybe some crab apples. Be focusing really on persimmons. And this is the bow I'm going to hunt with, by the way, to start with. Tracy White made this bow for me. It's got a persimmon riser, a beautiful bow. I got it set up, got a quiver on it. I hate a quiver on the bow, but it works good, shoots good. I got Big Simmons Safaris shooting like bullets out of it. So that's what I'm going to start off hunting with. Got a practice area there. But anyway, it's a fine bow. Got a persimmon riser, and we're going to shoot some deer and hogs on a persimmon tree with this thing, Lord willing. So let's get right into the pack right here. I'll show you what I use. First off, I'll show you what I walk and film with. Come here, girl. Jump up. Can't see my buddy right here. Jump up, jump up, jump up. Let everybody see you. That's my friend. But anyway, what I use to film when I'm walking is this. This is a gun thing. You know, it's a telescoping deal here. And it has a V on it. When you buy it, you unscrew that off, and that peg there fits perfectly in the camera. And naturally, the camera's on a tripod. So, but that's what I use for walking and filming. It closes up pretty compact. And I actually have I'll hook it on my vest, and it'll hang right here as I'm walking. Then I can pull it off if I need it. You can move it pretty quiet. And this thing right here would push up if you're trying to push it in hard ground. So I pulled it out, and I got some wedges in it, and I glued it so that peg wouldn't push up in there. And it gets really tall. I mean, it's you seldom need it that tall, but you know, pretty tall for going over bushes when you're stalking and all that. But anyway, that's what my video camera sets on. All right, now let's get into the pack. This is the pack I use. It's just, I think I bought 2 of them at Bass Pro. They had them in a little bin there, like 20 bucks. And this is the other ones, it's 10 years ago. The other one's wore out and gone, the zipper's busted. And now I'm on the second one. And believe it or not, this pack right here will pack out a full-grown deer. I killed several deer weigh over 150 pounds. One weighed about 180. He'll fit in this pack boned out. You can't just throw the meat in there. You have to stack it just right, but it'll fit. And I'll go into some more things, like I've doubled on deer. I've killed 3 hogs at one time, 3 times, and doubles many times. And I'll show you, there's ways to get your meat out with that too. So naturally, South Georgia, the first thing you're gonna have is your thermocell. Hook it on the side there, away from the bow. I mean, if you're leaning and that thing leans out, you'll be snagged your bow. So I keep it on the right side. I'm right-handed. And you'll have some extra fuel and all that stuff in here. And we're going to just clean the pack out from pocket to pocket and show you what's in it. I got the net deterrent smoke. That's what you see right there. Because they are bad today. Naturally, you got a bottle of water. And this is one cool thing. I keep it in that pocket. I carry this knife. My wife bought me this knife about 35 years ago, actually. It's an old Browning knife. Got mud on it. But anyway, it's got back then I was gutting my deer, and it had a gut hook. That was like really a cool thing for me. But it's got a knife blade, and I keep that sharp. And I also carry it for that saw right there. Hunting like I do most of the time with a woodpecker drill and a climber, or either these climbing sticks now, you don't have to do a lot of sawing. You can go around limbs and keep them up there for cover. But I carry that in my pack there, mainly for the saw. But I mean, it's just a good tool to have. Got some sentimental value too. Look at the wear on that joker. I think when she bought it way back then, it cost like 40 bucks. It was pretty high. And now they probably close to 100. But I keep it in the pocket by my water there. The next pocket, actually I'll put water in there as well, cheese crackers, and a wind bottle. Check the wind with. You know, and a lot of people, I carry like a pack of crackers. If I'm gonna be gone all day, I'll have maybe some beef jerky or a little small can of pineapples or something like that. But I see people are packing enough food to feed a family for a week, and they only gonna walk 400 yards in the woods and hunt. I don't get that. But anyway, you don't need all that's what I'm saying. So the top pack right here, I got a headlamp and I got a GPS. It's like, this thing's probably 10 years old. It's not a fancy one, but it picks up. It's never failed me, and I never use it. If I'm going in the swamp, I'll mark the truck or mark where I drop off in the swamp, and that's it. Or if I'm way back there in the back and I find a tree or something that I'm not that familiar with, I may mark it so I can get to it, you know, early in the morning. But I use this. I won't go in the woods without this. I carry a compass with me. And we'll get into this, I'll show you some blood trailing techniques with this compass as well. But I carry a compass with me and always have. But really the only time, I've only had to use this twice since I've had it. And I used it when I shot a deer, and you know, you're trailing, zigzagging one of those kind of blood trails that takes you an hour and a half, and when you find a deer, you really, you know, I can pull my compass out and get back to the road, but I don't want to wade water, I don't want to go through thickets and all that sort of thing, so I take this, the GPS gets me out. I've used it twice doing that. And the headlamp, I keep it up there in the top by itself because when it's time to get down from the tree, it's right there. I grab it out and come down with the headlamp. All right, this next pocket here is full. And this pack is about at the end of its life. I can tell you I got to get another one. I carry another headlamp. I carry 2 flashlights. These are pretty good flashlights too, by the way. Some backup for my thermocell. And a few extra batteries and a little fluorescent thing for marking. But the batteries, those fit inside those batteries. Instead of carrying 4 flashlights, I carry 2 batteries and that. And a couple of extra of the bigger batteries for my GPS. You may say, why is this clown carried so many flashlights? Well, I can tell you, if you're hunting a mile or 2 in the swamp and it's black dark and you don't have no light, it's pretty bad. I've actually was climbed a mile in the swamp one time, and when I started to get down, that's back in the day when you had the bigger flashlights, the plastic ones and all. I dropped my flashlight to the tree I had, and it exploded when it hit the ground. It broke. And so I'm a mile in the swamp, and not only do you have to contend with walking out in the dark, tripping and falling, cypress knees, all that crap, but you got to navigate. I had to navigate with my compass. That's pretty tough in the dark. And I had a lighter with me. I don't smoke, but I carry a lighter in my pack as well. And I would light up palmetto fronds and get directions. I fell down 100 times. So I carry, you know, flashlights ain't heavy, and it's something that you really need. So I carry a couple of flashlights and batteries and 2 headlamps. If you hunt, say, I got places I hunt that may be 2 miles deep. I have a tree I hunt, a persimmon tree and a water oak I hunt that's 2 miles, and they paid off. So I go 2 miles in, so I'm expecting a 2-mile walk out in the dark. Also, so what if you shoot an animal or 2, and maybe you don't hit one of them just perfect, and you got to trail him. Then you may burn a flashlight out just on that blood trail alone. Then you got to skin him, put him in the pack, then come out. So you know, flashlights don't weigh much. Carry you some flashlights. Carry your GPS, especially if you're not familiar with a compass. Hardly anybody these days, everybody has everything on their phone. And this compass right here is really, I think it should be mandatory for anybody that hunts to have to know how to read a compass. I really do. But anyway, there's the deal on the flashlights. That's why I carry so many. All right, now let's get in the big pack right here. I carry a bunch of paper towel with me for obvious reasons, for the bathroom, for blood trailing, just as for like if I'm way back there and I need to mark something, I can hang a paper towel there and it'll go away in a little while. It won't be there forever. But paper towel. I carry a medicine bottle. I'll poke it down with paper towel so it don't rattle. And it may have something for like a sinus headache. Sometimes I get them. It's got Advil in it. I have a little thing in plastic, a super glue tube wrapped in plastic where it won't leak out or nothing in here as well. And if you get cut real bad, super glue will close it up for you. Super glue will fix a lot of stuff you may need. But anyway, I carry a medicine bottle. One time I was in the woods and for some reason I got a sinus headache so bad that it wasn't fun anymore. And just like a Benadryl would have made me a new man. So I carry that kind of stuff with me. That's, I guess, an old people's bottle right there. Carry a handful of trash bags. This is what I pack my meat out of. I'll line my bag with the trash bag, put the meat in it. And I hear people say it's gonna spoil and this and that, but I've never had one spoil. And I've used pillowcases before, but they leak everywhere. So I use garbage bags. And now when I skin my animal, I get to him quick and I skin him. I don't put the meat right in the pack. I'll lay it out as I'm working, getting it, and it cools a little bit then. Then when I put it in the pack, if I'm a mile from the truck, it takes no time to get to the truck. And I have ice in the truck there when I get there. These things serve more than one purpose of just packing your meat out. They also make a heck of a good poncho. If you're going across a little run of water there that's over your boots, you can step into two of these and have you some crotch waders. And even if the bottom tears, the foot tears, it'll create suction on your leg. Water won't go in your boots. You just pull them off right there and hang them up till you come back through. So they do good for that as well. And so if it's wet and you want to sit down right there, you're wore out, you can lay you one out and sit on it. There's a lot of things with the bags, but mainly for packing the meat out. It goes in the bottom down there. I carry also, I carry an extra arm guard and a finger tab in here. Those are something I just forget sometimes. It stays on my bow most time. I carry this little knife sharpener here. It's good. You can touch your broadheads up in a bind, and you can ruin a blade on a knife, but I use this if I need to sharpen my knife. Like I said, I've killed 3 pigs at one time, 3 times. So you'll dull a knife. This is a good tool, really good tool to sharpen heads with. Carry length of cord. You can always, there's my tab. A length of cord, you may always need that for something, but if I kill a smaller pig, rather than on my knees skinning him, I'll hang him up and skin him, put him in the sack like that. Also, like if you're you got a tree, you climb a tree, and there's a limb out here that's in your way, you can tie this cord to it rather than making all that racket sawing, and I'll take advantage of that tree. Tie your cord around it, pull it over to your tree and tie it, and you have some cover right there. You've drugged some cover over there to you. Use the cord for that. And if you forget your bow haul up rope, you can pull that up. It's just a little piece of string. It don't weigh nothing, and it's good to have. And the most important thing in my whole pack would be King James. Good reading material right here. I got to get me one with bigger print because I'm struggling to see this fine writing right here now. But it's some good stuff, good stuff. This is the last of the stuff in my pack here. I carry a little notepad. You never can tell what kind of note comes up in your head you want to write down. Some kind of good thoughts. Maybe, just important stuff you may want to write down right there. And a pen. And you have to tag your deer. You do your tag online now, but you have to fill it out. You got a pen for that. Carry a lighter. And I carry a little thing of bug spray in case my thermocell dies. And I carry one of those. And I carry this little knife in here as well. It's just small as anything. It's a really super sharp little knife. And it don't take up any space, and I keep that in there. And what I do all my skinning with, this is a new knife I got, but I've used a case knife with either one blade or two blades forever. A good friend, Brandon McLemore gave me this knife for Christmas. And I've already skinned half a dozen critters with it probably. It's 2 blades, a little case knife, and that's what I carry to, you can bone out the biggest hog in the world with that knife right there and do it really quick. One time years ago, I had a Barlow knife I carried, and I was fitting to skin a deer, and the guy says, said, we don't have a saw. I said, we don't need a saw. I said, I can have that deer in that meat sack in less than 15 minutes with this Barlow knife. And I won lunch off of him because I did it in like 12 minutes. But, and we'll do a video on boning out deer and hogs later on if we can manage to get one on the ground. And maybe we will. It's about that time. Well, that's what I carry in my pack. And I have, I've already got another pack. This one, like I said, it's about wore out. And so I've already got another pack in there, and I'll rotate them. And believe it or not, a pack, you get used to it. You don't want, you know, I'm sure there are better ones, and you definitely can spend more money than 20 bucks on one these days. And just to say this, a lot of times you'll hear me say, I do things the cheaper way, I buy it like that. That's all I need is that pack right there works fine. But, and even hunting clothes, I wear cotton clothes because it's hot. Whatever's on sale at Walmart or wherever I go, I buy, because it works. Because camo is very much overrated. And you can spend a little or a lot on clothes. And that's really up to you if you want to be fashionable and all that sort of thing. But I just buy what works. But my point to all this is a pack right here. It's a $20 pack works for me, but if you were going to Alaska or you're going on a moose hunt, you're going to need to spend some money on clothes. If you're going where it's cold and where your life could be in danger, naturally you need to spend some money for that kind of stuff. But if you're the regular old Joe that's going to park your truck right here and go 150 yards and climb a tree, maybe not. So anyway, there you have it. That's my thoughts on that. But that's my pack right there. And what's in it. And the only thing will change when it's time to climb a tree is I will. I have a camera arm, a little three section deal, and that for videoing, you know, I screw it into the tree, and that's it. And I'll carry my pack, and I carry my stand in and out and all that. And we'll get into all that later. But I just wanted to show you what somebody asked about my pack. So that's my pack right there. And I have another old pack that I use, and let me show it to you right now. I've wore it completely out. I made it probably 15 years ago. Let's look at it real quick. All right, the last thing, I guess this would be history, because I used this a long time ago. And it was a pack that I used, you know, that's before internet and before you could order stuff, and you just couldn't buy packs like that. I remember you would get an Alice pack maybe out of a surplus place. But I got, and that's where I got these at. Well, I got them I actually found them on the ground at Fort Stewart, the first ones I had, and where they were doing their training, and they just left stuff laying everywhere. But then since then, I'd go look for them, and I bought these. But this is some kind of pouches here. And you Army guys, I'm sure it's got like 2 pockets in it. Y'all can see that. And you Army guys, military guys, I know y'all probably know what this is. I have no clue. But anyway, I took 2 of them. And as you can see, I tied them together here for the back. And put old cheap rifle sling things on there. And I wore it like this. And everything in that pack right there would fit in these. And it had my back open, so it, you know, during the heat I didn't have that against my back sweating. And I carried a book bag, like an old book bag my son had when he was like in the 3rd grade, and it was as big a pack as that, almost, didn't have them pockets, just had the one. And I'd roll it up and it would fit in one of these pockets. And I carry my water. I had a pouch that held water, and I tied it in the loop in the back there. But anyway, and I toted these jokers here for many, many miles, been sewed and patched. You can tell the holes I wore in them right here. And some of you skilled people into making packs want to make some of them, I'd buy one. I surely would. I'm thinking about making some out of leather and then the tops out of cloth to go over my shoulders. That's a really good hot weather pack. No heat against your back right there. And that's the downside of hunting with that when it's hot, is you got that heat on your back right there. But making short loops out of the boat, I'll carry just a little fanny pack with me, but it's time to do some serious scouting right now. And when you're hunting hogs during the winter, you know, that's cool. But like right now, something like this works really good. I got a game bag like a guy hunts quail with or stuff, but I don't like it. It just don't feel right. But anyway, there's what's in my pack there. Hope to see you guys in the woods pretty soon. Like I said, we get to go hunting in about 2.5 weeks maybe. And I'm chomping at the bits. I can't wait to go. I've been fishing a little bit. I may take you fishing with me one time. Me and my wife has been going, and that's kind of a special time, so I don't fool with the camera on that. And plus, if she beats me fishing, I have proof. So I'd rather not do it. So if I go fishing by myself, I may film it and take y'all along. But God bless y'all. Don't forget to keep the good Lord first. And won't be long before we go hunting. Thank you for watching.